It's a beer.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Because the problem is I've got it when I'm reading here, and it says Eric and Brett Cranion, because I just pulled up my last one.
I'm Brett.
Hello and welcome to Turn to Page 2.
All right, so we'll go ahead and start over.
Right, and you're not doing
That's
Facebook
probably
Live
good.
yet, right? well, Facebook.
All right.
It's probably good for real.
Are you guys done messing around now? Can we get started?
Take two.
All right. We'd like to welcome.
All right, I can actually hear you swallow the beer, right? Right when you started.
All right.
Maybe the beer was a better idea. No more pre-gaming.
Take three. 4, 5.
All right. We'd like to welcome everybody to the next episode of the Business and Beer Podcast, brought to you by Vision Computer Solutions and Podcast Detroit. My name is Chuck Lobert,
And I'm Brian Spurgeon.
and we're going to be visiting with a different brewery each episode and talking to them about their beer, their business, and their drive to create the perfect brew. This episode, we're joined by Kristen and Aaron from Table Brewing Company from Wixom, Michigan. So welcome, guys.
Hi, thanks for having us in.
Yes, thanks.
Very glad to have you guys come out.
Yeah, we are big fans for sure. We've been over to you guys' place a couple of times. Great location, and I've had the flight the first time I was there. And the last time I had the IPA that you guys did with the other
With River's Edge.
River's Edge.
Yeah.
Yes, fantastic. My favorite though is the 6-hop. Absolutely love that beer. That was so good. I was telling Brian about it. Unfortunately, it was gone by the time we made it back. But
Yeah, that's
it was
about a
so
week
good.
too late.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, very tasty beer. Obviously 6 different hop varieties in it. Didn't last very long. So.
I imagine.
Yep. Yeah.
So how did you guys get started?
Well, I guess the dream goes all the way back to college for me, and started, tasting different craft beers. Did a study abroad trip where I got to taste a wide variety of imported, or I guess being over in Europe, it's not imported, but
It was domestic there.
yeah, domestic beers in Europe. So that really sparked my interest in beer, and when I came back to the States, again, tasting more craft beers, decided to try my hand in brewing it with my roommate in our apartment. So we're fermenting beer in our closet.
Didn't you have an accident one time with the beer exploding in your closet?
The airlock popped off. Yeah, it was a mess. Hops everywhere because we had just dry hops.
Oh, man.
It was bad. But yeah, we started doing that. Really fell in love with it there. Graduated. Decided my degree was not for me after I used it for about 1.5 years. Took a brewing job to see if I'd actually like it on a commercial level, professional level, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't mind the grunt work and all the cleaning that's involved. So we decided a couple years ago to actually pull the trigger and work on the business plan and get it going. So yeah, it's been.
I'm sure it's a good
been fun
situation
ride.
too, being able to jump into the commercial brewing just to kind of get a feel for, how a larger company that's been doing it for a long time is going about it.
The
That's
cool
very
thing with
interesting.
where he was at, it was a startup, so he got to experience what it was from day one. Even before day one, he was brought on a few weeks before they opened. So that was a great perspective for us to learn and know how to do it ourselves.
Yeah, certainly beneficial.
That's fantastic. So, in particular with the name, the whole branding you guys have, I'm a big fan of. Can you just tell us a little bit about how you came across this name, Drafting Table?
So both of our backgrounds are in design. We went to school at Michigan State. I am.
Go green.
Yes. So I am still actually.
Right.
I'm still actually practicing. I'm an interior designer. And Aaron was a landscape architect, and we met at Michigan State. So while he was just starting up his passion for craft beer, then I came along a few years after what you started, like sophomore, junior year.
Well,
And then
it'd
you
be
were
junior
super
year,
senior.
'cause I was 20. Yeah.
he was super
It'd be
senior when I met him.
It's a 5-year program.
And so.
And you shared his passion for craft beer, right?
Not at first, actually. I really, I was a Bud Light girl. I was light beer. When we'd go out, I would have maybe a vodka water.
You should tell them when we first met. It was the pub crawl.
Yes, we were on a bar crawl. It was interior designers, landscape architects, construction management,
Urban planners,
and So, anyways, we're out and about. We're at probably our third bar, and I've met Aaron a few times at that point. We have a mutual friend, and he is drinking a pitcher of beer.
It was a small picture.
Obviously.
And
Maybe that 5-year plan at all?
And so we're talking, and I look at it, and obviously it's not Bud Light. It's really ambery.
It's too hard.
It's not ambery color, but it was very golden, deep golden color. And I look at him, I'm like, so you must not be very health conscious. You're drinking a Whopper right now. Because he was drinking a darker beer. And actually, my friend was like, Kristen, he's training for a marathon right now. And I was like, oh. So at that point, it was like, I didn't know anything about craft beer. I was very naive about it. And then on our second date, we went to Crunchies in East Lansing. And that's where I really started tasting the different flavors of craft beer. And yeah.
So is that how you train for a marathon? Because if that's the case, I think I'm training too.
Yeah, carb loading. Yeah.
Yep, we just need to schedule the marathon, Chuck. We got the training down.
I've been training for years.
Yeah.
So yeah, from that point, then I started exploring different craft beers, and started with the fruit beers and the wheats, and then I took a huge giant leap and went right into double IPAs. I tried Bell's Hop Slam, and that just opened my eyes, and I there was no turning back at that point. So after that, yeah.
Yeah, IPAs are always my favorite. I'm a big Two-Hearted fan as well, and right now I'm drinking the Resolute IPA. Fantastic IPA. I really enjoy it.
Thank you.
Now, what led you guys to decide to open up your own business? You were working at Witch's Hat for a while there.
Yep.
So what made you go, you know what, I want to open up my own business now?
Sure. Yeah. I think part of it is the challenge is appealing. You want something new and challenging, and you want to achieve more, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the big motivators in getting that going. And I don't know. I like the idea of being my own boss.
Mm-hmm.
Although if you think about it, all my customers are technically my boss in a way, because
right.
they dictate, whether my beer's good, what they want to see out of me, what beers to produce. So yeah, it's really just owning your own thing, and I don't want to say the cliche American dream term, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't think of it. Yeah.
So how did you guys navigate everything that goes into that? I know, a lot of people think, I want to start my own business, and they think as far as I have to have a product that people want to buy, and that's pretty much where it ends, right? But when you really get into it, there's marketing to do, there's HR, you got to figure out how to hire people, how to fire people, how to handle the finances. How did you guys go from, I would really like to be my own boss to you running a successful brewery?
Right. Yeah, a lot of it had to do with surrounding ourselves with people that have experience either running businesses or opening businesses. We're very fortunate. Kristen's dad owns an accounting firm, and my dad runs a fairly large company, so they were very helpful in guiding us through the process and giving us advice. That honestly was the biggest.
Yeah, and for a lot of the other things like HR, it was kind of
part.
we just got thrown into it, and it was kind of okay, from previous work, what have I experienced? And also talking with our lawyer, about different things. The firing process, thank God that we haven't had to really do that except for one.
Yeah.
But
Knock on wood.
knock on
The
wood.
worst part.
Yeah, no, and so kind of just doing it day to day, figuring it out on our own. We've gone to different conferences, and they touch upon how to run the business and everything.
Yeah, the Michigan Brewers Guild is very helpful.
Yep.
with that sort of thing.
But it's more of like just getting your hands wet with it and doing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So, I think the other interesting part too is just kind of going off of back what you guys were talking about with college. I mean, really, you both came from a design background. You're essentially still you're still leveraging that part of your lifestyle. Now, it may not be a pen and paper necessarily, but I mean, what you guys are doing is a craft, and it does involve that creative mindset. So I think, in particular, talking about getting the business up and running, that's kind of probably an advantage for you guys, is because you're really good with doing the beer, obviously. I mean, everything you guys have is a very solid product. I think I went through about 10 different tastes the last time I was there. Drank a flight and needed a flight home kind of deal, you know what I mean? So it's just the round trip, you know. But I mean, that being said, it's interesting you bring up the Michigan Brewers Guild. That's something we've heard a lot about recently. Do you find that, a lot of your other, we'll say competitors or other breweries in the area, is this kind of a niche market where people are willing to help each other out to a certain extent, or do you find it really cutthroat? What's your opinion on that?
So I feel like at the time that we got into everything, people were very, very open to helping. I mean, even our closest neighbors, Draft Horse, even we're actually up against them in a competition right now. So vote for us. Go on our Facebook page and put the emoji haha sign on that photo. But no. Everybody's friends, and I feel like it is kind of changing a little bit now, since it is becoming so competitive out there. There's so many breweries, but for the most part, everybody's friendly. Everybody's open for the greater good of beer. Let's say that. And we all just want each other to succeed. If they succeed, we succeed, and people, it's cool because people now do like beercations or brewerycations or whatever it's called, and they will go to a specific area and hit up all the breweries. So
Bus tours and everything.
So everybody's very friendly. We all collaborate. We actually are also trying to start up a kind of an ale trail in our area. And
Very
so
cool.
watch that. It's up and coming. Hopefully in a few months we'll have an app developed. So yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. I mean, I think it's kind of the similar thing in our industry. We have, there's a lot of competition to doing what we do, and there is really a good amount of the competition we're very familiar with. And the reality is, there's way too many computers and businesses in this Metro Detroit area for our company to support them all.
Enough business to go around.
And I'm pretty sure there's more than enough people that like drinking beer that you guys would not be able to completely supply that. So it's always interesting to come across industries that are a little more transparent and healthy competition kind of deal. So
Exactly. And even like with the beers, so we've done a few collaborations with our neighbors already. So one of the beers that we have today, Down Current, it's with River's Edge Brewing Company out of Milford. And Aaron and their brewer, Kim, got together. It was a several-month process from the development of what they wanted to brew to the actual, just the details. Aaron, if you want to talk about it more.
Sure. Yeah. Kim and I, we spent a lot of time on this recipe, honing it in. Everything to the water profile. Really, working through what hop varieties we were going to throw in there, different malts. It was quite the process.
And we share a lot of the same clients too, customers. And for them to see that we're working together, it amplifies everything, and they see how cool that is, and it makes them want to go to their place and try that beer, and then come to our place and sample it to see what the differences are
Absolutely.
and all
Sure.
of that. So it's very healthy.
It's very cool.
It's fun.
Now that being said, at the same time, you have to be able to differentiate yourselves as well. So how do you guys go about differentiating yourselves from all? I mean, just there's got to be close to 10, if not more, breweries within 10 miles of you guys, right? I mean,
Definitely. So I feel like our beer is one thing that differentiates us.
Yeah, each brewery has their own style. You can, whether it's a little bit maltier or drier or hoppier, every brewer kind of has their own way of putting their twist on all their beers.
I feel like our style is, we're more true to style. We do some innovative, playing with flavors and everything, but for the most part, somebody can come into our place and find a beer that they would like to drink. We hit all the styles. We try to do them the best we can. I think everybody does, obviously.
Right.
But then we do get into the experimental things for those people who want the peanut butter, the peppers, and all that stuff. We have those beers too. But if you just like a Pilsner, come in and have the professional Pils. It's great. So we hit on everything.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and we had the Michigan Pilsner. That's great. And you said that's all Michigan ingredients.
All indigenous Michigan ingredients.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very cool.
so yeast from Craft Cultures up in the UP. The malt is from Pilot Malting House over in Byron Center. And then the hops are from K&K Farms up in Sutton's Bay.
Yeah, very cool. So we've got a major event coming up for you guys.
We do, yeah. So we've been open for almost a year now. It's been crazy what this year has brought us. But on March 25th from noon to midnight, we are celebrating our 1-year anniversary. And we are having a whole bucket list of really awesome beers. We're even selling bottled beer. This is going to be the first time that we do that. So today we have one of the bottles, our bourbon barrel aged mean vanilla bean. It's Imperial Stout. And then we're also going to have the bourbon barrel aged mean peanut bean. It's a chocolate peanut butter Imperial Stout, aged in bourbon barrels. And then our barley wine, it's called Beard of Barley. So it's kind of inspired after our dog, Barley.
It's an English style barley wine,
Yeah.
which is a little bit more rare. Most American breweries are brewing American style, which uses American hops and American yeast. So this is, it's really nice barley wine. Nice fruity flavors from the yeast. You get toffee and biscuit flavors from the malt. It's sweeter than an American barley wine would be. So, it's
So
really
bottles
tasty.
will be released at that event. They're pretty limited, so there's about 250 bottles of both of the barrel-aged beers, and then about a little over 300 of the barley wine.
And the labels are awesome. You said that you did them with a friend of yours, right?
Yeah, so a coworker of mine back in the day, she's a graphic designer and also a watercolor artist. Kathleen Spellman, she's out of Farmington. She's very talented. We met with her one day, had a few hour session of just brainstorming, and then she went to it and she drew up a few sketches, passed it by us. We were like, yeah, let's go in this direction. And then after that, we sent it to our other graphic designer, Dave Cox. He's out of Walled Lake. He's very talented as well, so he put it all together. And we have 3 very awesome labels. So, yeah.
Yeah, they're very unique. You guys really did a good job. I mean, in all honesty, if these were, if I was just browsing the cooler aisle, they would 100% catch my eye, and
Cool.
I'd be intrigued, even if I knew nothing of, what was inside the bottle.
Right.
You guys did a fantastic job on those, and really, for only coming up on your 1 year, I mean, that's pretty impressive that you guys are already to a point where you can, start to journey into the next phase of things. So, congratulations to you guys. That's exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind of a year, that's for sure. We learn something new every day. I'm sure that's not going to stop anytime soon.
Well, at least you guys are only down to working like 20, 25 hours a week now.
Right?
That'd be nice.
I think the comment when we sat down last time was one of the nice things about
Oh,
working
yeah.
for yourself is you get to pick which 80 hours a week
Yeah,
you
any 80 hours you want, you can pick them. So yeah, I mean, starting your own business, it's not for the faint of heart. You need to definitely have work ethic. You need to be passionate about what you do, because there's going to be days when you're like, why the heck did I decide to do this?
Yeah, it's truly, you know, since I'm on the cliches here, labor of love. Yeah, it really is. You got to be passionate about it and just put your all into it.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can definitely see that you guys are passionate about it. I know when we were there, we got a chance to see the back and see where all the magic happens, so to speak, and you could see that you guys really put a lot of effort into creating your beers and a lot of thought into it, and it definitely comes across in the product for sure. It's every beer I had was just awesome. So
Thank you.
that's hats off to you guys, because you guys definitely just coming up on a year here doing awesome.
Thank you.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, the building's awesome too. I mean, the way you guys have it set up, the tables, everything is very detailed and very great. And I'm personally very happy that you guys have a dartboard, which seems to be a commodity in
Yeah,
Michigan
so-
bars and especially breweries. So.
Yeah, so I just had to purchase a
Steel
new
tip
one.
darts too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
a new one yesterday because so many people are a fan of it.
Yeah.
but,
I actually keep
yeah.
them in my car in the glove box.
Oh, you
So
do?
I swear to
Good.
God,
That's awesome.
Not that I'm like fantastic at
Let's
darts.
say our
I
darts
just
not good
enjoy it.
enough. Or?
It's interesting, you know. I mean, you never know when you're going to roll up on a nice cork board. So I thought that was a normal thing for people to carry around steel tip darts. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm a rarity.
If it makes you feel any better, I have 3 sets of them.
Actually, it does make me feel better. I swear, it does.
Yeah.
Don't play darts with anybody that brings their own.
Yeah.
That's my rule.
So yeah, the building itself, it's technically a strip mall, but it's cool because all the parking's in the back. It's parallel parking spots in the front. We're on a corner. We're on the corner, so we have about 5,000 square feet. Half of it's brewery, with all the fermenters, mash and all that stuff.
Cold room.
Aaron's realm, and then half of it's my realm. So it's the bar, all the tables. We have an area called our Stammtisch. So in Germany, every kind of local bar has an area dedicated to their regulars, so their Stammtisch. And we have that. It's also it's platform stage area, so if we do have live music, and that's where the musicians would set up. And so me being an interior designer, I had all these amazing ideas, and a lot of them came to fruition. So like the bar top, it's a mix of live edge wood, black walnut, and concrete. And it's really cool because on the sides where the walnut goes into the concrete, it's like rotted out areas. So the transition's really smooth. And then we always like when breweries, they have a community feel. So we really wanted to enhance people coming in and seeing their friends, being able to sit down with them. So we have a few very large community tables, communal tables, and it's a very beer hall-esque feel, if you say. With the chandeliers, we have hop vines like hanging down from them, and
Yeah. Now, you mentioned the community. How is the community, Wixom? How have they been with you guys?
It's great.
Yeah.
Yep. I've always had it tied to I grew up, spent part of my childhood in Wixom. So, yeah, I've always been tied to the community, and they've been super supportive. It's great. And then we also, because we don't have a kitchen, we also are kind of helping out the other local restaurants because we allow food in.
yeah, we encourage all of our customers. Sometimes we have food trucks in, like you guys were in last weekend. We had Moo Cluck Moo.
Yep.
Yes, they're amazing. But if we don't have a food truck in, hey, we have 5 restaurants right next door. So we
in
have
the same building.
Yeah, we have all their menus inside. You just call them up. They'll deliver in, and yeah, so we love our neighbors. They're good to us. we try to be good to them, and we like to collaborate with them, and we want to see them thrive, because if they thrive, we thrive. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, you guys got, it's a good opportunity to kind of pave the way. There's plenty of opportunities for expansions for other businesses to come in that area. So I think
Right,
you guys
right.
are really in a really good location.
Yeah.
And I would expect that, I'm sure just the foot traffic alone that you guys are bringing in now that wouldn't have been there previously, I'm sure that's going to open the doors and open the eyes to other businesses
Yeah.
looking to look at that area.
Yeah,
Sure.
so we have new development in the area too. Like there's a bunch of new condos and houses going up like a few blocks from us. And it's funny because the people who like they just recently bought something, they'll come in and be like, "Oh yeah, one of the selling points for us is the realtor told us that there's a brewery right down the road," and so they're like, "We're sold."
That's awesome. So you guys are doing distribution right now. I know you guys are over at Buffalo Wild Wings in Novi, right?
Yeah.
And then you guys are like 13, 14 other places right now, right?
Correct.
Hopcat Detroit, Hopcat Ann Arbor, and a lot of, pretty much every establishment in Wixom, of Milford, those big accounts.
That's awesome.
It's been
Well, if
good.
you'd like to add another one and distribute to our office, maybe we'll work something out. I'm just throwing it out
I
there.
was going to say, we do have kegerators.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw
Yeah.
that,
Sounds good. Yeah, so we self-distribute. We're under 1,000 barrels a year for production, so we're able to do that. We're very fortunate. It takes up a lot of time. It's a lot of effort being the sales guy and the brewer and the marketer and all that. But it's so worth it. It's fun going out and seeing people really enjoy your beer and being the face of the business, going out and trying to sell your product to all these bars and restaurants. And
It's a good workout
Yeah.
too, lifting those kegs.
So do
yeah.
I have to do that to train for a marathon too, or am I good just with what I've been doing?
Keep with the carb loading.
All right. That's hoping you'd say that.
I don't know, lifting kegs is a recipe for injury, I think.
I'd recommend finishing it first, then lifting it.
There you go.
Then I'm on the same page.
Yeah.
It's a lot later. Yeah.
When's the next marathon? I should be ready to sign
Yeah.
up. So where do you guys see this going? What do you guys want to do, long term?
Oh gosh, we just had this conversation last night. Actually, it was very.
Yeah.
I mean, we have it all the time, but it was just. It's funny that it's. Yeah, just last night it was probably 1 o'clock because we were working late at the brewery. It's like, what's our goal? So, I don't know. Like,
Well, we have more short-term goals. So we're getting a 4-head bottle filler. So we'll be releasing late spring, early summer. We'll have bottles available in the pub. And yeah, hopefully eventually that will expand out to some local liquor stores. And kind of start, getting our face on the bottle shelves and everything. But yeah, we really want. I guess. Most of our growth will be in draft accounts, so we really want to push our distribution more. So yeah, eventually we're gonna, in order to do that, sign on with a distributor and go that route. But yeah, it's so Metro Detroit's our target, and we want to get as many draft accounts as we can before expanding out to say Lansing and Grand Rapids. So. Maybe next year we'll start looking at Lansing and
Yeah. That's
go
awesome.
from there. Yeah.
So why Wixom? I mean, you mentioned that they were really easy to work with, but aside from that, why that location?
Sure. Obviously part of it's my connection with it, but also the fact that there's nothing there. In
there's
regards
not
to
nothing
Well,
there.
No other breweries.
not just breweries, but craft beer. in
Yeah,
general.
yeah.
There's a market for craft beer in Wixom. Another big thing was proximity to the highway. It was, we're within a couple miles.
Sorry.
I know. Well, sure. But yeah, proximity to the highway was a big thing.
Yep.
And then we just we did look at other cities, but that spot, even though like, yeah, sure, it's got the strip mall
Mhm.
location, but it doesn't have that feel when you're inside. It's got the parking that we need. We never have any parking issues. A lot of traffic out in front. Restaurants right next door. I mean, people can walk there. Like
Yeah.
we said, there's
Yeah.
a lot of homes and condos
Yeah.
popping up around the
And they're
area within
actually,
walking
so
distance.
we have a really cool bike path too by us, and hopefully, fingers crossed, there's another one that will pop up right behind us. There used to be an old railroad track, and they're trying to develop a rail to trail right behind us.
Oh, very
So
cool.
yeah, so we have bike parking, and we encourage fitness. We've had pumping pints in before, and we're trying to do a lot of different activities with the community to encourage fitness as well.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
cool.
and we are thinking of starting a running night. So this marathon training that you're so interested
Awesome.
in, maybe.
Wait a minute, I thought I was already training. Hold on.
You are training. You are training.
Now I'm confused.
Beer run, Chuck. Beer run.
Ah, got it.
Yes, there's beer at the end.
Does it involve running?
Discounted beer at the end.
Wait, at the end of what? You have to run?
You can walk.
Okay. Down.
Yeah, so we're gonna start that up when the weather gets a little bit nicer out. It'll be on Tuesdays. We're not sure about a time yet, but stay up to date on our Facebook page. Make sure to like us. Sign up for our newsletters on our website. Right on the homepage there, you can sign up, put your email address in, and yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So you guys are on Pontiac Trail, just north of Wixom Road, correct?
Yep.
I've got that right. What's
Yep.
the road that comes right off there that is right at your corner there?
It is Old Wixom Road
Okay.
and Pontiac Trail. So that road actually, where Wixom Road, it used to have to veer off, and so right where it
Yeah, Old
intersects.
Old Wixom used to be
Yeah.
Wixom.
Okay.
Yeah. And they
Okay.
changed that a while
2005,
ago.
I think
Yeah.
they rerouted that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So
And-
2 miles off the highway, straight
Not
shot.
bad. And
Yeah.
it's roughly 15 minutes from our office, so even better.
And 3 minutes. 3 minutes from my house too. So.
Yeah. It's not bad at all. Walking or
Driving.
driving?
Yeah. Flight.
Good location. Helicopter flight.
Yeah.
Well, we're really happy to have you guys here. Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about your mug club? I know you guys have that, and it's, I think the one thing that we haven't really touched on yet.
Yeah, so we currently have about 475 Mug Club members. We are, for our 1 year anniversary, we're releasing more. So it is $75 to sign up. What you get is you get your own custom mug. It's a drafting table mug. It's 20 ounces. You get $1 off with that
At least
too.
20 ounces.
At least
Some-
20 ounces.
Mine's
yes.
30. I don't know how that happens.
There's a few that are up there like 30 ounces. So you're
You
literally.
just slip somebody a 5 to get one of these
Yeah.
ones, or
We'll talk
That
later.
might work.
Yeah, so they range in size. It's yours. It hangs on the wall or it's on a shelf, and you get $1 off. So literally, you could get 30 ounces of beer for $4. Really awesome deal. So with that, also you get discounts off of growler fills. So $2 off of growler fills, $1 off of holler fills, 10% off of merchandise, a free birthday beer, and invite.
Reserve number 500. You got another deal.
Sounds good.
I'm on board.
Sounds good.
Just gonna float that one out there.
Oh, that good.
That means I have to be $4.99.
But yeah, we appreciate you guys coming out. I mean, honestly, you guys
Thanks for
brought
having us.
quite the spread. I mean, I think I tried 10 beers last time, and I think I've added about 4 more today just from the process, just through going through the show. So
Catch up.
we really appreciate it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we have about 16 different beers on tap right now. On Fridays, we do Frickin' Fridays, so we'll take one of our beers and we'll add cool, funky ingredients to it. For St. Patrick's Day, we're doing a mint chocolate chip dry stout, Irish stout. So that'll be really good. And then we're also we caved in. We're doing green beer. I mean, we're from Michigan State, so
Why
it's
not?
in my blood. So we had to do it. But we'll also have
So
that
we
tomorrow.
took our IPA and we did a green version of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So 7.7% IPA that's green.
It's green.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. It's perfect timing with the NCAA tournament.
Right.
Michigan State playing tomorrow. So
Right.
It's appropriate, right?
So we
Exactly.
should tap it right when they start.
Exactly.
All the good ideas here.
Yeah, you guys brought the swag out. We appreciate that. You know, we've all brought some type of merchandise when we were out there. Like I said, the brand you guys have really is aesthetically pleasing. So appreciate the
Professor Spurgeon.
I know. Yeah, we got the koozies. The cups are awesome. And yeah, just real pleasure. Glad you guys were able to join
Yeah,
us today.
thank you. Thank you for
Our
having
pleasure.
us.
Thank you guys so much.